Leadership is challenging and fulfilling. It's serious and it's sexy. Why should men have all the fun? Why should only men be considered unnatural for things like this? I mean, I've been asking this question all my life. I've asked my father, my mother, my teachers, colleagues, friends, random people I've met along the way, I've asked. Because I want to know. I truly want to know what biology shows that men are the only ones capable of dealing well with challenging and serious matters. What psychology says this? And not one person in all these years, not one person has been able to give me an answer that makes sense. Fortunately for me, however, both my father and my mother told me that it is nonsense, absolute nonsense. The notion that women can't be good leaders, are not supposed to be leaders, or that this is a natural for men, or that nature intended it that way. Both of my parents said that's not true. Of course, women are good leaders, my father told me. Women can be good leaders. The way a woman leads in a particular situation might be different to the way a man does, but it would be just as likely to be effective. It would be just as likely that she does it successfully. That is what my father taught me. And my father was a leader of people. He built a successful business from scratch, and he was also a leader in the political life of my country. Of course, women can lead, my mother said. Some people are born with a predisposition to be good leaders, she told me, but for the most part, leadership is something that people learn. And she emphasized, women are not any less intelligent than men. We are no less capable of learning and of successfully applying what we learn. My mother was a teacher by profession. She would know. Opportunity is the problem, my parents said. Opportunity is the problem, my parents told me, and my teachers, as a matter of fact. Opportunity is the issue. Our societies deny women opportunities, and they do that simply because leadership is a powerful thing. And certain groups of people want to maintain a monopoly on power. Power is not for women, they say. I mean, we know history. We all know the history. The general scientific agreement is that our ancestors showed up on Earth almost about 6 million years ago and evolved into the modern form of human beings that kind of look like us about 200 years ago. And civilization, as we know it today, is about 6,000 years old. So it boggles my mind that even today, after 6,000 years, and let's say 6,000, let's use the lowest number, yeah? 6,000 years is a long time in human terms. So after 6,000 years of civilization, there is still not one country in the entire world in which women's abilities, skills, gifts, talents are valued without reserve, or in which women are considered fully capable of participating in and contributing great value, equal value, to human living, period, full stop, end of. There is no place where women in leadership is considered normal, everyday, natural, ordinary administration. In some places, it's not even desirable. In some places, there are laws and customs still that expressly prohibit women's involvement in anything even vaguely public, even vaguely like leadership. And that seems so wasteful to me, just plain wasteful and unenlightened. It seems to me primitive and non-progressive, not to mention inefficient, a regrettable waste of resources. 6,000 years of civilization, and so many people in so many of our societies are still unwilling to accept that we all of us would be better off, much better off, if women were allowed full participation in the business of human advancement. This has been proven over and over again throughout the millennia that women's contributions are valuable. When women contribute, everybody does better. Some people still insist also that women are just not worthy of participation, but of course we are. As far as that is concerned, worthy does not require proof. Women are worthy simply because we are human. We are just as human as men, no more and no less. We are. And so that is the work that I do. These are precisely the reasons why I do the work that I do. And that also is probably the reason why you're listening to this podcast or watching this video in the first place, because you know this too. You know the history and you know that women are capable and that women's resources, the resource that women are, is valuable. And I'm happy, really happy that you found your way here. I'm delighted. I'm beyond excited. I take your being here to mean that you are open to changing that situation, that you too want to explore and express your gifts, talents, skills, and abilities to the fullest extent and live a life that is full and fulfilling and rich, a life that allows you opportunities to pull out your A game, to live your A game and enjoy the perks and the benefits of your highest level contribution, the abundance and the freedom of living, the abundance and the freedom and the sense of fulfillment and contribution of living at the top of your game. I take it that you are open to contributing your gifts, the skills you picked up along the way, and that you are ready to step out to be the best leader you could possibly be, and inspiring and motivating other women along the way to do the same. Bear in mind that being a leader does not require that you be the head of a country or the CEO of a corporation. You don't have to be a teacher or a supervisor of people in order to be a leader. Opportunities to show leadership, to demonstrate leadership, to contribute through leadership are happening all around us all the time, every day, everywhere, at every level of human living. The ways in which you relate to others is an indication of the quality of leadership that you possess. The way you make decisions is also a mark of leadership. How you live your personal life, how you conduct your personal life, how you run the business of your life also illustrates your leadership competency. And the way we lead others is a reflection and consequence of how we lead ourselves, of our self-leadership. My parents and my teachers were right. There is no one specific type of leadership that works in every situation all the time. There's no one size fits all, clearly, or the world would not be in the turmoil it is currently and that it has been for millennia. The world needs different kinds of leadership. The world needs women's leadership. As a matter of fact, the world needs your leadership. Again, bear in mind that the tip of the food chain is not the only place where leadership can exist. So don't get caught up in having to be the chief executive officer of something. Think about this anyway. In the United States, only 8.2% of Fortune 500 companies have a woman chief executive officer. At the global level, that figure falls to 4.6%. At the global level, women make up a full half of the almost 8 billion people who live in the 193 countries that the United Nations acknowledges, and yet only 22 out of 193 of these countries have a woman as head of government. So there are those, but in the rest of the world, laterally, all around us, there are opportunities for women to lead. There are occasions and events and situations and conditions that need leadership and that would benefit greatly from women's leadership and from yours. But women are actively discouraged from seeking leadership. But of course, what that does is it deprives all of us, men as much as women, of immeasurable good. Imagine what the world would have been like had we always had women contributing their fullest. The exclusion of women from positions of leadership denies all of us of the benefits, the advantages, even the profits that can come, that actually always do come, always, invariably come to families, communities, businesses, and countries when women are included, when women participate and contribute fully at all levels. This is not an opinion. It shows up all throughout our history. And I wrote a book about that. The title of the book is When Women Lead, or Some of the Myriad Reasons Why Many Women in Leadership Equals a Better World. When Women Lead, or Some of the Myriad Reasons Why Many Women in Leadership Equals a Better World. In order to write the book, I did research into areas like politics and government, of course, because that's one of the areas of focus for me. I looked into the arts, business, health, education, and all around the world, not just in any one particular part of the world. And I showed how these areas improved when women got involved. When women had to defy the norms and restrictions of the establishment. They had to disrupt the status quo and prove the value of their contributions. And in every instance, things improved when women got involved. Huge advances were made, massive progress came in all of these areas. Things improved and expanded. There was more and better for everyone. Yes, 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 for men too, no less than for women. Men benefit just as much as women when women contribute. I want men to understand that. I want men to understand that. So the world needs women to participate fully and contribute the fullest extent of our gifts, talents, skills, and abilities, including leadership. Yes, yes, yes. So take your time, browse the website, see what we have here that might interest you. There are lots of videos to watch. There are blogs to read. There is the leadership section, which is about self-leadership and leadership in general. And then, of course, there is the politics section, which is about women in politics, because that's important to me, because politics is the foundation of so much. Politics is where the laws that govern how we live, how we operate, come from. And of course, women need to be involved there. Women need to be contributing our very special gifts, our very special perspectives in that area as well. So check those out and check out our Enjoy pages. Read what's there. Sign up for a course, register for training. I do individual one-on-one coaching and also group training. And me and my staff are always, always open and willing to support. Yes? There is also our monthly group meeting. Once a month, we get together and we talk about stuff. Women in leadership and all the things. We talk about the things that challenge us, the things that galvanize us. We talk about our successes. We talk about the challenges we've met, and we're building through this what I call a sisterhood, a group of women expanding women's leadership. I'm deeply, deeply committed to women being fully participatory in the entirety of human living. We are missing out if we are not doing that. We continue to miss out. And I believe that 1 by 1, 10 by 10, 100 at a time, we must stand up and say, I have something to offer. Here is what I bring, and contribute it and elevate the others of us. In giving our gifts, we elevate everyone else. One of my mottos is, one woman succeeds, all women win. Every time one woman succeeds, all women win. It eases the path a little bit. It adds a little bit of weight on the scales in favor of us. Not just of women, in favor of the entire world, in favor of the whole of humanity. So again, let me invite you to take your time, browse the website, watch the videos, read the blogs, register for training, register for a course, email me about one-on-one coaching, and let's get going. Let's do this. Let's give your gift to the world, the gift of your leadership.